Well, good evening. This is Independent Sales Director Mallory James, and you could be on this call tonight for a million different reasons, but I just wanted to go ahead and tell you thank you so much for checking in with us tonight. And I'm just going to tell you a quick overview about my journey in Mary Kay and just a little bit more about what this whole Mary Kay opportunity is. And I've had many requests. Mal, like, can you share your story? Can you share your story? And I was like, okay, I'm going to share my story. And so I finally got some time tonight to sit down and just kind of, share my story. And so I'm super excited to just kind of take you on my journey with me tonight. And so whether, maybe your friend or your director or your recruiter, or maybe just someone who is talking to you about Mary Kay, asked you to watch this call tonight, whatever it may be, my hopes are that it blesses you and educates you, and that you learn some more about what this whole thing is. And I also hope that I can inspire you. So Mary Kay found me before I was even born, actually. If you're, whoever told you to watch this tonight, if you, I told you I had a lot of requests. If they haven't already told you, the way I got started in Mary Kay was my mom. Mary Kay found my mom when she was 21 years old. And so she was working at New York and Company, and she was the manager at the time. It was Lerner, actually. And she just got married, and she was a full-time college student, and she was so busy. And this lady had basically approached her in her store and told her she'd be so good doing Mary Kay. And my mom was like, or the lady was like, you'd be so good doing what I do. And my mom was like, what do you do? And she was like, Mary Kay. And at the beginning, my mom was very, probably I would say closed off to the opportunity, because she didn't understand it. And it wasn't that, she was completely against it. She just didn't know enough about it to even know she would like it. And maybe that's you tonight. And so I just want to tell you a little bit more about how this works. And so my mom ended up getting started into Mary Kay, needless to say, and ended up making it her full-time job. My mom began making six figures in Mary Kay. She earned 13 free pink Cadillacs, and she was the first $1 million sales director in the state of Georgia. So to say that I am so proud to call my mom, National Sales Director Cecilia James, is such a blessing. And I'm so honored to be able to pass on her legacy and continue the path that she's paved for me. And so I grew up in Mary Kay. I came home from the hospital in a pink Cadillac, and literally came home from the hospital in a pink Cadillac. And to be honest, you guys, I can't really explain the atmosphere to you and the culture of Mary Kay until you get around it. But I'm going to be honest with you. The culture in Mary Kay is a much needed culture in our society right now. And there's something about the women in this company that is different from anyone else outside of it. And I know if I needed something at 2 o'clock in the morning, my Mary Kay girlfriends would be the ones that I called. But really, growing up in Mary Kay, I learned a lot of lessons, and I got attracted to what I was growing up around. And it was really what I saw were women helping other women. And I saw my mom meeting with other women and finding ways to bless them, and just finding a need in their life and meeting it. And not really making the equation about my mom, but making the equation about the other woman. And that's what I love, you guys. The first thing I want you to know about Mary Kay is it's not about the skincare and cosmetics. Yes, we do have great products. And yes, I love to help find a need in someone's skin and, meet it and help them feel beautiful. However, the products are just a vehicle to the amazing opportunity that we have. And so growing up, I noticed that, and more is caught than taught. So growing up as a Mary Kay kid, I had a different lifestyle, especially being in an entrepreneurial home. I learned a lot of life lessons, and I learned how to be independent, and I learned how to make decisions. And I learned how to just grow, and I had so many opportunities for growth. And I think growing up in a Mary Kay household gave me so much confidence, and I've learned things about myself and about life that I probably wouldn't have learned until later on. And so I just really fell in love with the opportunity, and I loved watching other women pull each other up and win and encourage each other. And there's just something about the way the women make you feel. Like, it's just, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, you got to be in it, but everybody wants you to succeed. And if there's one thing I want you guys to know is when you're in an atmosphere with women that are choosing for you to win, and they want you to win, and they're going to do whatever it takes to help you win, you literally cannot fail. Like, when other women are picking you up, like, you're set. And so I saw that, and I loved it. And I loved the financial opportunity that my mom had My mom was always, we were financially free and financially stable and blessed that way. And that was because of Mary Kay. And I was very fortunate of that. And I loved it. And I knew, wow, my mom was a stay-at-home mom. My mom was at all of my, cheerleading competitions and my soccer games and my school functions. And, growing up as a kid, that's a big deal to have your parents at your events. And if you're even a mom watching this tonight, I want you to know that your kid is your reason. They are not your excuse. And, of course, my mom was, working here and there sometimes, but my mom worked then. She did short-term sacrifice for long-time gain. And I'm so thankful that she did, because I wouldn't have grown up the way that I did. And so I fell in love with just everything about my mom's journey and about this company. And the heart of our company is just amazing. And I want to tell you a little bit of background on our company. And so Mary Kay got started 55 years ago this year. And Mary Kay really started our company for several different reasons, but it was for women. And Mary Kay Ash was our founder, and she passed away. I think it was a long time ago, but we are still privately owned by all of her grandkids today. So all of her morals are still within our company, which is really exciting, and they're so heartwarming. And so we are, like I said, still privately owned by all of her grandkids. So I just love that, because our family is still involved in our company. And Mary Kay Ash started our company when she started out when she was training other men in her corporate job, and they were being promoted over her. And she was like, why am I training these men that are getting promoted over me? Like, literally because they're men. And she was like, you know what? Like, women deserve an opportunity that they're going to be able to achieve financial success while still balancing their lives and balancing their priorities and their values. And she also knew, I want to be a part of a company that has no glass ceiling on my income, has no glass ceiling on my potential or what I can and can't do. And if I want to promote myself, I'm going to promote myself. And so she was like, well, you know what? Like, I'm not going to wait on that to come. I'm going to make mine now. So Mary Kay Ash invested her whole entire life savings into founding our company. And that's how we got started. And Mary Kay knew, starting out at the beginning, the opportunity she wanted for women. And then after is when she figured out, okay, it was going to be, skincare and cosmetics that was going to be the vehicle to that. And so, like I said, again, it's not about, the products, but it's more so about what this opportunity can do for women. So Mary Kay Ash always said that her priorities were God first, family second, and career third. And that's what our company goes by. And I'm so proud to honor and stand with a company that does uphold those priorities, because it's hard to find a company nowadays that will do that for you. And then we talk about how when we put our life in this order, everything seems to fall in place for us. And so, we are actually in 40 countries internationally now. Mary Kay has branched out that far. And so it's just been awesome. But the Mary Kay opportunity really thrives today just because women are able to have that great extra income. And anybody starts their business for many different reasons. It could be to pay off student loans. It could be to help with house payments. It could be just to supplement their income. Or maybe they just want some fun money to spend. It could also be because the girlfriends, they love having those new friends. Or it could be they need a new car, It could be because they want to be their own boss, or they need their own hours. There's a million different reasons why you start Mary Kay. And why you start is completely up to you. So it's just been an amazing journey. And when I was growing up, I always said, oh, I can't wait for my mom to earn that pink Escalade, and I can't wait for her to become a national sales director. And so I'll never forget when we walked out on the stage and she debuted as a national, and I was like, my legs were doing this. I was shaking. There was like 10,000 people in the crowd, but it was the best feeling in the world. And I remember looking at my mom like this, and I was just thinking, you know what? I'm going to be up there one day, and I'm going to be debuting as a national. And so the whole Mary Kay world knew. I made it very clear that I could not wait to join. So fast forward to my 18th birthday, and even before I joined, I would go to all my mom's events with her. I would go to all of her interviews with her, to all her skincare parties with her, to all of her, events with her. And I would literally take notes, like at these events, like I'm gonna have everything down pat when I get started. Like, I'm gonna know everything. I'm already taking notes. And I was like so committed to this thing, and I still am. So on my 18th birthday, I literally was counting down the days, and we did a Facebook Live. I signed my agreement at midnight, and we did a Facebook Live, and I think it ended up getting like 14,000 views. Like, everyone was like, "We're ready for you to join." Like, I was like, I'm just like, oh my gosh! Like, everyone knew, like, I was waiting my whole life for this moment. So the way I got started in Mary Kay was when I signed my agreement. my life was very chaotic at the moment that I had joined because I was still a high school student. I joined when I was 18 years old, literally on the dot. So what my schedule looked like was I was going to school Monday through Friday. I was at school from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Okay. I was also a varsity soccer player and a varsity basketball cheerleader. So my schedule was a very busy because after school, I was at practices, and then I would have games and all sorts of other things. And then, it's your senior year. You want to have fun. You're hanging out with your friends. So honestly, I did a couple parties a week. So maybe it was just a party at 7:30 or 8 o'clock at night one night, or I would just do one or two a weekend, and I would still profit $100 to $300 to $400 because we make 50% of everything we sell. And so I was like, okay, I can totally do this. Like, that's really good money a week for a high schooler, or just in general, it's an extra great cash. So that's how I worked my business throughout the rest of my senior year. I graduated high school and I picked it up a little bit more in the summer. I started doing more facials, more parties, more interviews, and we went to seminar in July. And I had always knew that I wanted to become a sales director. I always knew. But when I started, there was not really like a burning desire. I was ready to push up. So I was like, okay, I'm going to figure this thing out. And I went to seminar and I saw one of my dear friends, Jordan Twilley, and Jordan stopped me and we had coffee and she said, girl, why are you not a sales director yet? And this is just my story. Keep in mind, moving up is not for everybody, but for me, I knew this is what I wanted to do. And she was like, girl, why have you not moved up yet? Like, why are you not a director? And I was like, I really don't have an answer for you. Like, I'm really I can't give you a firm one. I don't know. And I said, I guess that desire's not there. And she was like, girl, she said, you are carrying the Mary Kay legacy. Like, it's time for you to step up. It's time for you to carry the torch and pass the torch. And people are going to be retiring, and the company is ready for you to step up and move in. And I was like, you know what? Like, that is so true. And one thing I knew growing up is that my mom was going to pass the torch down to me, and I wanted to carry on that legacy. And even though Mary Kay Ash is not with us today, my passion is carrying on this opportunity that she started and doing everything the Mary Kay way, just being honest and genuine, and pursuing this with an open heart and a pure heart and a godly heart, with the intentions of blessing other women and impacting other women and empowering other women and changing others' lives. And that was what I was focused on. And so Jordan just kind of put it into a realization in a way no one had done that for me. And so I got super inspired, super motivated, and I decided that I was going to go home and become a director and move into the top 2% of the company. So when I got home, I decided I was going to do the activity it took to do that. And the thing with me is I was starting college, and I was starting my very first semester. And so I was thinking to myself, how am I going to start my first semester not knowing what it's going to be like? I was taking a full load and move up into the top 2% of the company on top of that. And so I just did it. I was like, you know what? Like, the more I think about it, the more I'm going to overthink, and then I might rob myself of something that's going to end up being the best thing that ever happened to me. Like, how do I know if I don't try? And guys, I'm telling you right now, if you're stuck in fear about anything in life, just test the waters and try it out. Worst case scenario, you end right back up where you started, and you're fine. You didn't hurt. You might have not gained from it, but you didn't hurt. You have nothing to lose by trying, but everything to gain. So I decided, you know what, I don't know how it's going to work, but I'm just going to make it happen. And I'll tell you one thing I've learned about being in Mary Kay and growing up in Mary Kay is when you want something bad enough, no excuse will stop you. Like, you're just going to make it happen and you're going to do it. And if you really, 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 truly want it, you're going to do it. And I promise you, nothing in this world will stop you. And if it does, then maybe you didn't want it bad enough. But I knew that I wanted this bad enough, and I had no godly idea, like no earthly idea, you guys, how I was going to become a director and be in college. I just knew I was going to do it. So I came home and mapped out my schedule and mapped a plan, and I became very disciplined in my time management. I knew it was going to start with time management. So the way that my schedule looked, starting out my first semester of college and becoming a director, was I was going to school Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Okay. I had class at 8, 9, 2, and 4. So I was there literally all day. And I had a huge gap in between classes. And so basically what I did is I went to class, and then I used the rest of my open gaps on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays to knock out all my homework. And we know, if y'all are college students, for every hour in class is 2 hours after, because it's, or 2 hours out, because it's, you got to study, you got to write your essays, you got to do, all this other crazy stuff. And so I put all of my time and effort into my school on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I was very disciplined in my time. And I knew Tuesdays and Thursdays and Saturdays and Sundays were my days for Mary Kay. And I was just very disciplined with my time. And then if I ever wanted to hang out with friends, I just incorporated it where it worked best for that as well. Or, family or whatever else it was, or just me time. So I went to school, got all my school stuff done Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Like I said, it's all about being time managing. And I took a weekly plan sheet. And if you guys don't know what this is, you can Google it, type in Mary Kay weekly plan sheet or timesheet, and it's going to list out every day of the week, every hour of the week, and you're going to cross in every hour that you're committed to something, that you just can't change. And wherever you're left at the end of filling out all that, wherever your white spots are still open, highlight those, and that's where you can sprinkle Mary Kay in where it works best for you. And I'll tell you what, some people tell me, I've got too much on my plate, I'm too busy, I can't do it. But girlfriend, busy people make the best consultants. Seriously. And the reason why is because when you're busy, you have to time manage and you have to prioritize and you get things done. You work with urgency, and I'm a very dominant personality. The DIS personality, I'm a DI. And or some people say I'm an ID. But anyway, I have the D personality, and I'm a very dominant person. Like, I'm ready, with meaning that I work with urgency. That's what that means. Like, I'm ready to just knock it out. Like, let's go, let's go, let's go. And I gained that work ethic from growing up in Mary Kay. And I gained all these leadership skills and work ethic and passion and drive. And I know how to make goals happen. And there's one thing I know about myself, and that for a fact is when I set my mind to something, I'm doing it. No matter what, I'm doing it. But I learned that through Mary Kay. And I say that not to brag. I say that to show Mary Kay is the best personal growth course that you can ever take for yourself, to ever get paid to do. And I'm showing you, that's how I gained those skills. And so that's how I worked throughout college. And then I worked my business on Tuesdays and Thursdays and the weekends. And that's how I did it. And I finished my first semester with really good grades at A's and B's. And I became a director in December. And so we submitted DIQ on October 1st, and we finished December 31st, 2017. And we actually finished, I became the youngest sales director in the state of Georgia at 18 years old. I became a director. And now I am 2 months down the road, about to be 3 months as a brand new director. I have a DIQ, and she literally submitted the day that I finished. So it was really cool. And she will be finishing up her unit next month, which is awesome. And we're both on track for our car. So I have 2 on-target car drivers in my unit. Well, about to be. And then I have a DIQ, and then I'm about to wrap up my first car as well. And we're all starting to track our second car. So it's super exciting. Who would have thought that, at 19 years old, I'm about to have an Offspring sales director, a unit, and a free car, and making really good money in Mary Kay. And so I just fell in love with it. And honestly, the one thing that, if you're watching this and you're a college student, I know a lot of college girls, ask me, what's your story? How did you do it? And I'm going to tell you this. You might think, how am I going to do this while I'm in college or whatever? But I'm going to tell you exactly how I think. I'm a very logical thinker, and this is my process. Why would somebody go work longer hours for shorter pay when in Mary Kay you work shorter hours for bigger pay? And that's the way I see it. I'm not going to go work 10 hours and make $7.50 or $8 an hour when I can go work for 2 hours, make as much as I want. It could be $100 to $200 to $300. The average is about $50 an hour. Simple. Guys, like what? I am ready to make money, and I'm ready to not spend a lot of time doing it. And so I fell in love with it. And my first check as a director was very high. It was a little over $2,000. And that's not even including my sales, guys. And I say that not to brag, but the money in Mary Kay, oh my gosh, at 18, like who needs that? Like that's awesome, which of course I saved it. But I knew, wow, like what an opportunity. And so maybe it's, there could be several different needs that Mary Kay could fulfill in your life. And one thing I want to go over with you is the 3 forms of income that we have in Mary Kay. So the first way is sales, and we make 50% on everything we sell. So we also get a 50% discount on all the products, which is really cool. So not always, but the average party typically is around $300 in sales. So approximately $150, maybe more, maybe less. In an hour or 2? Are you kidding me? Like, you show me how to make $150 in an hour and I am in. So our sales are awesome. And the other thing is, I want you guys to know it's so easy to do. When you're doing Mary Kay, it's simple. It's simple, I should say, simple, because honestly, and I want you guys to know there's 3 things that are recession proof, and one of them is cosmetics. Because women always want to feel beautiful. We always, if we have like we have a bump of acne or something, like we're gonna go to the store and we're gonna fix it, or we're gonna go get makeup and cover it up. We always want to feel beautiful, and we use skincare and cosmetics to do that. So if they're gonna get it, they might as well get it from you, right? And that's the way I see it. And the other thing is our team building. And so you can make all the way from 4% to 36% commission on team building, which is really cool. And the one thing I love about Mary Kay is we're not a multi-level marketing company, and we're not a pyramid company. We're straight direct sales. So we don't get paid off of each other or from each other. We get paid straight from Mary Kay's profits each month. And that's what I love about how there's no middleman, which is really cool. And the third thing that I love so much about our company is the free cars. And so how many of you would like a free car? Because I know I am so excited to get my free car. Well, there's several different cars you can earn in Mary Kay. And the first one is a Chevy Cruze. So with a Chevy Cruze, actually with all of our cars, Mary Kay pays your tax, your title, 85% of your insurance, your tax. They pay everything for you. Okay, guys, like literally everything for you. Like, what the heck? It's so amazing. And then you get a new one every 2 years. You know, like what? What in the world? And if you don't want your car, you can take $425 a month for the Cruze. And the Cruze is silver, which is really cool. The second car you can earn is either the Ford Fusion, and that comes in black, or the Chevy Equinox, and that's in charcoal gray. And the same thing. Mary Kay pays pretty much everything for you. 85% of your insurance, your tax, your title, your tag, everything like that. And then you get a new one every 2 years. And if you don't want those cars, you can take $500 a month. And then the last ones are obviously the prestigious pink Cadillacs. Same thing, they pay for it. So you get a new one every 2 years. And if you don't want those, you can either take $900 a month or $1,400, depending where you're at on the career path. And so it's super cool. Some other things I love are the recognition and the prizes. Okay, seriously, like how many of you were in that job where you're like, I just want to feel appreciated and I just want someone to tell me thank you for what I'm doing? Like, yes, that is Mary Kay. Literally, you get applauded, you get good job, you get recognized for everything that you do in Mary Kay. There's never anything that goes unnoticed. You are always feeling appreciated. Like when I was in DIQ, the company called me multiple times, like, and they're just like, is this the beautiful, independent future sales director, Cadillac driving Mary Kay and Mallory James? And I was like, yes. But it's like, what company, what corporate takes the time to call you and tell you like, hey, we love you, we believe in you, and you can do this. Like, the company is always there. We have our best support system from our headquarters in Dallas, Texas. And I love that. And the other thing too is the prizes, you guys. Oh my gosh. Like literally, this is an Apple Watch that Mary Kay gave me for free. Literally for free. In December, they just sent me a new one for free. And I was like, what? Like, they give you all kinds of things. Like it can be cookware, kitchen stuff. It could be blankets and pillows. I have a fuzzy blanket upstairs with some fuzzy pillows. There's a 7-day vacation, all expenses paid internationally. There's Kendra Scott, Kate Spade, your director, is giving them away, and the company does it too. And even Ray-Bans, like there's all kinds of things you can earn, TVs and all sorts of stuff. It's really cool. And the other thing I love is the trips, the prestigious trips where they take you and your best girlfriends and your husband, or you can go by yourself, all expenses paid, 5-star, all around the world annually. And so I know my mom has been to like Sweden, Italy, Germany, Prague, Croatia. She's been on a Mediterranean cruise all around the Mediterranean Sea, Greece, Turkey, Hawaii. I know the top directors just came back from Alaska, British Columbia. Like, girl, like what company takes you on those trips, all expenses paid, and gives you spending money too? And like, here you go, use this when you get there. Like, what? Take me on a free trip. They really are just so good with us, and they love on us so much, and they treat us so well. And the other thing I love is just the personal growth and the self-confidence that comes with it. You're probably wondering, well, where does that come from? Just from owning a Mary Kay business? Well, I'll tell you. I think where it comes from most is there's something about the way it makes you feel when you make somebody else feel beautiful. And that's what I love about Mary Kay, is spending that one-on-one time with somebody else. And all the benefits of the company are great. I love them, but what I love most is getting one-on-one with another woman and just blessing her and spending that hour with her and just really pouring into her and being intentional in that time and just knowing, okay, how can I bless her? What does she need in her life right now? Does she just need some encouraging words? Does she need some affirmation? Does she need extra money? Does she just need someone to listen to her, a friend? Whatever it is, I just want to go into that appointment knowing that I can bless her and I want to use my gifts to bless her. And that's what I love most about our company is that customer or recruit, whatever it is, you're always going to be blessed and have someone there who cares about you. And that's what your consultant is there for. And I think that's one thing our company has that no other company has is the heart behind it and the relationship that we have and just the bond. There's nothing like it. The heart of our company is so genuine and so pure and so sincere. And they're some of the most amazing, intelligent, successful women you'll ever meet in the world in this company. And I love that. Just the friendships that you meet. I've had people come in who were just like, you know what, I just need a positive outlet and I need some good friends. And Mary Kay was that for them. And then I've had others come in for the freedom and flexibility, which is another thing that I love about our company. And there's something about it, creating your own hours, being your own boss. Like no one has to tell you when you have to wake up. No one has to tell you when you have to be ready. Nobody has to tell you where you have to be at what time and when you can clock in and when you clock out. No, you create your own schedule. And that's one thing I love about our company too, is the other thing with being your own boss is the advancement is yours. You don't have to advance up. If you want to just be a consultant, be a consultant. And if you want to move up to another level with like how I did, you can always do that too. It's completely up to you. And that's what I love is that when you're starting out your business, there's no quotas, there's no territories, like you move at your own pace, you're your own boss. And so that's what I love about our company is that you can just do it how you want to do it and work when you can. And then when you can't, it's your business, you put in what you get out of it. So you sprinkle it in where it works best for you. And no one's going to be up on your back at the end of the day saying, girl, did you or did you not do this? Like, no, we love you and support you exactly where you're at. And that's what I love about our company and about our directors too. And the one thing I love is that when you get started the Mary Kay, you always have somebody there to hold your hand and to walk you through everything and come help you with your first appointments. And I love that. I do also love that we are a God first, family second, and career third company. I love that. Where else do you find that, And I think in such a world today, in a dark world, we need that light. And Mary Kay has that. We also go by the golden rule, and I'm so proud to be a part of a company that still emphasizes the golden rule of treating others as you'd like to be treated. And that's what I love. There's no drama here. These are my sisters and my girlfriends. Like we have fun. And these are my genuine friends, and I love that about our company. And it's just the way of life in Mary Kay. It has changed my life. And this business has made me exactly who I am today and built me into the person that I am because it's taught me so much. It's taught me the value of work ethic, and it's taught me how to grow and how to bless others. And I love being able to just help other women win. And that's where my passion is passing this opportunity on to other women. And I think my main passion is being able to just help women discover their God-given potential and help them understand that they are worth more than what they think they are. And they are made for more. And that is what Mary Kay is all about, is showing women that. And so if this is you tonight and, you're wondering, is this for me? Is this not? Give it a try. Oh my gosh. Our starter kit is so cute. It's only $100 and you can talk to your consultant, or if you don't have one, I can be I'll be your consultant. But if you had one send you on here tonight, then always, go back to them and say, I listened to this video and this is what my feedback is. But if you're one of my friends, then, call me. And what I love is that our starter kit is so gorgeous and you purchase it for $100 and that's how you get started in Mary Kay. Now, in your kit, you have over $300 worth of retail product in your kit. So they're giving you so many products for free into your kit. And I love, love, love that. I mean, seriously, it's like walking into Target and they give you $100 and they're like, here, go pick out $300 worth of stuff. You're like, shebang, you got it. I mean, come on, we can all spend the money at Target. And so, Yeah, our kit is awesome because it's like your toolbox for your business, and that's what helps you get started. It gives you all the stuff you need to get started. Plus, not even just the stuff that comes out of it, all the products you get, but also the friends, the money, the financial opportunity, the freedom, the flexibility, being your own boss, earning a car, going on a trip, earning an Apple Watch, getting some Ray-Bans, whatever it is. There's a million things that can come out of your kit. And I just encourage you to try it out for yourself. And it has changed my life, and it's worth every step of the way. And I'm so glad that somebody took the opportunity and the chance and the risk to ask my mom, and then for my mom to ask me, because if not, I would not be here today. And this is the greatest opportunity that women have. And this is our best company in the world, hands down. This is the greatest one. And this is the best opportunity for women. And I am ready to stand up and continue to bless others with other women and empower others. And it's such a beautiful opportunity. And so take a risk on yourself, try it out, see where it goes, and I want to ask you this. If you knew, whatever it is you wanted to do today, if you knew you wouldn't fail, what would it be? If you knew you wouldn't fail, what would you do? And then go do it. Try it out for yourself. Take a risk on yourself, because the greatest investment you can make is in yourself. And you never know until you try. So I hope that I inspired you tonight. And guys, I'm only 19 years old, and I am already creating a business and an empire and blessing other women's lives. And you can do that too. You can totally do it. It doesn't matter how old or how young you are. This opportunity works for everybody. And the cool thing about it is there's a million different ways to do it, and you can do it the way it works best for you. And it has something to offer for everyone and to bless everyone. And so try it out for yourself, and go back to your consultant or your director or your friend, whoever sent you on tonight. And if it wasn't anybody, then, and you're my friend, then, shoot me a direct message or a phone call or a text. And we all look forward to blessing you and helping you and being sisters together and sisters in Christ and in this business. So that's a little bit more about my story, but I knew I wanted to pursue this ever since I was a little girl, and I'm just going to continue to do that. And the other thing too was I'm a very future-oriented person, and I knew that I wanted to create that dream life for my family and for my future family one day. And I wanted to be able to have, the house that I wanted, and the financial opportunity that I wanted, and the wedding that I wanted. And I want my kids to be able to grow up in a household just like I did, and not ever, have to struggle in those aspects. And so I knew Mary Kay could be that supplement and that, just that way for me. And that's what I wanted. And so, yeah, I'm looking forward to, go ahead and already investing into my future, so that, you work now and you play later, and it's rewarding later. And I know that it will be. So, awesome. Thank you so much for joining tonight. And I hope that this educated, inspired you, motivated you, and may God bless you in all you do. Thanks, guys.